Here's the main one. Hey! Say a prayer.
I pray that Aaron's going to run away unfair.
Testing, testing, 1, 2.
She's got an air conditioner.
Right, good afternoon ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our 150th birthday celebration of the Roundhouse. I think it's a wonderful thing that we could be here, and somebody didn't tell the rain and the sun gods it was a bank holiday, so that's even better. We're really fortunate that this place has been kept for 150 years and we're very proud of it. And I think the only reason it is still here is because of my good friend and colleague Mervyn Alcott.
Hey!
Yeah, thank you very much. Just wanted to repeat what Mark said. Welcome to everybody to the 150th. It's an amazing survivor, really, and 150 years of history there. 150 years of history and a Class 07 belting crash. I'll just wait a second for that. Yeah, good timing as always. Yeah, so 150 years of this building, but 30 years of my life and other people as well to keep this building from demolition and then into a museum heritage to begin with, and now very much a commercial railway depot as well, with the new innovation centre on its way and partnerships with people like GBRF, etc. So we're really pleased, and we welcome you all, and thanks to Bob for the locos, very much appreciated. And I shall pass you on next to James at the RCTS. Oh no, Bob, sorry, Bob. GBRF.
Thank you very much, Mervyn. It's great to be here today, and thanks for the weather. Sorry, thanks for the weather. I think first of all, it's a wonderful thing. 150 years is a great thing to celebrate. We've worked with the guys here for some time, and we're very proud of our connection with you, and we're very pleased with the work that they do for us, and we're very pleased to support you. I think it's ever so important that we preserve our heritage, and not only that, but where we have older locomotives that we can retraction and repower, like this one behind me, that we do so, and also that we do that in the UK. So we include UK employment, UK money, and apprentices, because it's all about the young people of today and ensuring that we've got a future, and the railway has a future. This loco, when it was a Class 56, was once based here at Barrow Hill, and it's going to have heavy duty work in the future. It's going to be based down in Tunbridge, but we will be using them also out of Doncaster once we have a few more in service. 007 is now in the paint shop at Eastleigh, and 008 will be joining it in about 2 weeks' time. We've ordered 16 of the Class 69s, which have proved to be very, very successful, and I know that because I've kept my job. I'm very pleased about that. But I started as an apprentice on the shop floor, and I worked my way up to be an engineering director of a, third biggest freight company in the UK. We're a £220 million turnover, and I'm very proud of the company, very proud of what we do, and I very much hope that GBRF Freight reflects everything that the UK railway industry deserves to be. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bob. Apologies for the notes, but I've got a few people to thank for making this a very special day. So thank you for that insight into the Class 69 project. Welcome to the RCTS Special Members Day here at Barrow Hill, to all those RCTS members who have made their way here today, and to those of you who may have joined the Society yesterday and today taking advantage of our special offer. Welcome to you all, because you're making this event very, very special. The roots of this day first began to see light in the early days of this year. The Strategy Governance Group, which I chair, were charged always with an ongoing responsibility to recruit new members and to grow the Society's membership base by holding initiatives and targeting events such as this one. After we organised the loan of the footballer nameplates, which were officially unveiled this morning, and that of London North Western's Sirocco plate, which you can see in the cafeteria, Our nameplate administrator, David Cross, agreed in principle with both Barrow Hill and GBRF for it to have a special RCTS Members' Day within this wonderful gala to celebrate their 150th anniversary of the Roundhouse being built. And that idea, just like Topsy, has grown into the culmination that you're seeing and witnessing and being part of today. Let me now give personal heartfelt thanks, as well as those on behalf of the Society's trustees and members, to the following people and organisations who have collaborated with this project to make it a success. To Mervyn Alcock and Alexa Stott of Barrow Hill Roundhouse. Unfortunately, John Smith and Ian Gray of GBRF can't be with us today, but not forgetting Bob Tiller, who is representing the locomotive's operators and owners. To Stephen Cliff of Procast, and to Sir Peter Hendy of Network Rail, who agreed to the release of the name that we're going to see from the Class 43 power car, which is part or has been part of the Network Rail measurement team. And importantly, my dedicated project group, because I mustn't go without thanking David Cross, Matthew Shaw, Paul Chancellor, Steve Lacey, and in the background who's not here, Keith Merritt. They all deserve a round of your applause to show your appreciation for their hard work and efforts. Thank you for that. Our society was formed in 1928 by Les Lappers and Aubrey Broad, and first met, I'm told, in a garden shed somewhere in Cheltenham. We're not quite as old as Barrow Hill, and obviously won't catch up, but we do celebrate our own centenary in 6 years' time. Who knows, but we could be organising a replica rail tour of the Society's first, which happened on the 11th of September 1938, when GNR Stirling Single number 1 pulled the RCTS inaugural tour from King's Cross to Peterborough. If we run a replica, I'm not quite sure we can expect number 1 to run at the same line speed as the Zoomers, however. Zoomers are awful. In the early days of the Society, and for decades afterwards, there was no communication platforms as we are used to today. No internet, no computers, no television, and for many, not even the telephone. Social media was the letterpost, and that was the only conceivable method of staying in touch with members and keeping them up to date with news about the then current railway, so you can see how the word correspondence became incorporated into our title. Even when it was formed, I guess Ian Allen was still in short trousers. Should have made this not... Right, there we go. And you ask, what was corresponded? Well, it was observations. Observations of the then current railway scene. Just that. Plain, hard facts. Not opinions, no spin, the pure, unexpurgated truth. So much so that down the years, RCTS have acquired and gained the reputation that what was reported in our monthly magazine, the Railway Observer, became a byword for accuracy, the go-to reference source of observations noted by our members on that current railway scene. If you read any of the enthusiast magazines that cover the backstory of railways, in many, many articles you will find mention of RCTS tours and certainly references and citations to the source material published in our magazine. We continue to report observations to this very day, and the naming of this Class 69 will also feature in the October edition of our magazine, the Railway Observer. Hence the name and the pride in which our membership celebrates this aspect of our society's heritage and reputation. This will be the 4th locomotive to carry the illustrious name, and very briefly you can find lots more on our website, but it started in 1994 with 37890, which is a BR Rail Freight Petroleum Sector loco, which was christened at Hither Green. The 37 eventually moved to France, and the baton, if you like, was passed to 60001, an EWS loco named at Towton on the 23rd of February 2001. Unfortunately, problems with the Class 60s saw our loco, along with lots of others, moved into store. Network Rail were approached by a group of members, and at Derby in June 2014, a Class 43 power car 43014 was named, and this power car eventually formed part of the Rail measurement train. More latterly, this too has ended up in store, so we hope we've broken this mould of not lasting very long with this Class 69 today, Bob. I look forward to many, many years of visibility around the network, not only on infrastructure movements, but also on charters and other open days. I am sure the Society's members will duly observe these movements, and which will be reported accurately in the Railway Observer magazine. With one final monumental vote of thanks to GB Rail Freight, I would now like to ask the Society's President, Canon Brian Arman, to perform the naming. And whilst the naming won't come as a complete surprise, I'm sure, you can applaud and cheer. They will be proper and definitely not out of place.
Thank you very much. It's a real privilege to do this, but very briefly, before I do, a couple of things. Firstly, to thank the gentlemen on my left who have, between them, made this possible. This is a wonderful site. I have to say I visited it several times in the 1960s and 70s. Never with a permit, I seem to remember, but we won't go there. And I first saw this loco as 58018, I think it was, wasn't it? 56018, at Tinsley on delivery in 1976 when I was studying for the ministry at Durham University. And I used to escape every now and then and bump Tinsley shed. But anyway, that's, you don't want any more of my past. But what I want to do is just say a word about the future. What's been truly wonderful today is seeing the number of very young and less young, but nonetheless very active people here today. But the younger element is fantastic. I started being a railway enthusiast when I was 3, and I can almost remember the first thing that I ever did, and I've never ever regretted getting into trains, as my mum used to put it. So keep up the good work, everybody. And what I'd like the children and the young people to do, if you would, is count with me as I fall over the rails here, as we pull the wire, as it were, and hopefully it all comes off. The Queen is very good at this. I have to say, I'm doing this for the very first time in my life, so forgive me if it doesn't work. Are we all ready, everybody? 1, 2, 3.
Hey!
It's okay, I won't die.
I must say that is a wonderful thing to see, and a great debt is owed to everybody who has made this day possible. So thank you all very, very much.
In a minute, yeah, I'll be there. Exactly. It's 11 minutes of footage I'll never get right.
I'm waiting for the official photographer.
It's not official, it's only nominated. It's just running off the street, otherwise you'll be asking her for a salary increase.
Right, okay.
Come on, looking this way, guys. Thanks. Lovely.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Cheers, Bob. All right. Well done, Dave.